We are young Londoners aged 15 to 25 who champion cultural opportunities for young people in London.
And we advise a new direction on Challenge London investments.
We meet monthly with a new direction to ensure the challenge remains grounded in the realities of young people in London.
I'm PJ, I'm a hip-hop poet.
Hi, my name's Sinead, I'm 15 and I'm a student from East London. I'm interested in drama and psychology and I hope to go on to become a drama therapist.
Hi, I'm Deanne and I'm very interested in creative side of things. I love painting, I love designing and I love writing, so yeah.
I'm Jude, I'm an A-level student at sixth form. I'm studying maths, chemistry and biology, hoping to study medicine and then psychiatry later on. I'm interested in fashion, the arts, medicine and the link between the two and kind of academics and creativity in general.
My name's Amy. I'm really interested in cultural education, neurodiversity.
I joined the Young Challenge group because I wanted to increase my confidence, network more with people and also be part of this exciting creative sector in a big city like London.
Groups like the Young Challenge group are important because they show young Londoners what there is to London, that we're sitting on essentially a goldmine of opportunities and things that we can do, and as a young Londoner I know that's true.
I think when there's a lot of funding going around in conglomerates and funding groups, it's really important that those groups have young people's voices involved in their decision-making process. That's why I wanted to be involved, because sometimes it can feel like young people aren't being heard in the decision-making process. Young Challenge Group is different because it means that we get to advise and be a voice in the room.
I think it's so important that there are kind of representatives for the interests of everyone and the interests of creativity, especially in London, which is turning quite kind of industrial, quite academic.
I think that it's difficult to find the right people to speak to and to find those opportunities, especially if you come from a kind of hard to reach community that's had disadvantages. I think a lot of people who are wealthy or had a great upbringing are able to access a lot of those cultural opportunities and see how it's relevant to them. But the harder to reach people don't often see themselves in that position or see the relevance, which is really difficult for all sides, really. If I was going to ask the cultural sector to think more about one thing, it would definitely be involving young people as much as possible, empowering them to deliver projects and to feedback on everything that you're doing. If you got that advocacy in the room, it's going to make you really, really strong.
I would ask them to think more about enabling communication and comfort of different age groups and network situations. So for me, I try to browse for events where I could really interact with people in the industry, and I found it really intimidating to go as a really young person, knowing that you're the youngest in the group. And I think there's more scope for enabling more comfort in that area.
Are you sure that you're taking this further than a professional capacity? Do you have a personal kind of interest in making this a more important thing than it is being treated at the moment? Because I think that's kind of what it needs, because it seems like a kind of active battle to stamp creativity out, so it kind of needs an active battle to keep it alive.
So many young people, as soon as they get to university or later than that, they really are threatened by debt and not having secure housing, so it means they can't put down a base anywhere. It becomes very hard to express yourself. It's a big player in terms of young people's mental illness and everything like that as well.
I don't think that as many young people understand that they truly do live in London, because it's just part of everyday life, whereas if we have things like the Young Challenge Group, and especially a theme like New London, we can involve the younger generation to take over the things that we do, things that we know that are important. Everything that we do that makes London, we can pass that on to the younger generations and keep it going.